In my everyday life outside the country I grew up, I have experienced being treated in ways I as a person didn't appreciate. My father used to tell me that the worst thing one can do is to do nothing. Since then, I have came up with one idea on where I could make an impact. And that would be making an ark. Nope, it's not the ark as in a ship, but rather act of random kindness. Therefore, I would like to promote being kind to anyone and everyone regardless. An act of random kindness is sometimes all it takes for a soul to gently rally, for a heart not to break. From simply opening the door for someone, to helping someone carry their stuff when seen struggling, or even just simply smiling to people randomly. This simple act can make a huge impact with someone else's, thus making an impact to the mood of the world for a day. An act of kindness paired with love can heal some scars of wounds made long time ago, through words spoken gently or action shown by those we barely knew. The kindness we show randomly might be someone's reason to stay motivated, to be an inspiration, or to still continue life and go through.
Today, you could be standing next to someone who's trying their best not to fall apart. So whatever you do it with kindness in your heart. Remember, Noah saved a lot by building an ark. Who knows, you might be able to save someone by making your own ark. An act of random kindness.
People who are at risk are broad, can persist even starting from childhood, with the most vulnerable population of 15 to 29 of age. Its effects varies from person to person, and some of these are the feelings of excessive sadness, emptiness, irritable, mood, hopelessness, loss of interest, feeling of worthlessness. Inappropriate guilt, diminished ability to concentrate, and recurrent thoughts of death or suicidal ideation. This affects the individual capability to function both in our personal lives and in society. According to the Philippine World Health Organization, Special Initiative for Mental Health, more than 100 people suffer from mental health disorder in the Western Pacific region. Depressive disorder are responsible for 5.73% of the disease. These numbers highlight the importance of more conversation and program effort to eliminate the stigma associated with mental health. It is more than just the absence of a mental health disorder. It is the ability to think, learn, and comprehend one's own emotion as well as the reaction of others. Let us approach it with a supportive and compassionate attitude. And here I am, to be an encouraging voice, and remind that we should not feel discouraged on reaching out for help and offer help. What an individual has been experienced doesn't have to be excessive for it to be taken seriously. We should start by prevention, mindfulness, awareness, make it a priority and necessity, not just for ourselves, but to those who surround us as well. Let us not forget that we are not alone in this battle, and let it stand as a proof that we are able to love and receive love in our darkest times. Mental illness may cloud what we have in life, but let's continue on looking, celebrate the little success, and I know that at the end of the day, we will see great things that are yet to come. Fear is bound to happen, but love and hope is more powerful.
Experience the city of light. Halina tara na, humayaw sumayaw makisaya, sabay-sabay nating isigaw mabuhay ang binyan. Mabuhay ang binyan.
I'm Richard Ray Gomez, representing the city of Binyan.
Sadyang kahanga-hanga, tunay na pinagpala. Ang buhay ay
As a Binyanense, I'm most proud of with our local government's program on culture and heritage. At bilang isang kabataan po, ako po'y lubos na natutuwa dahil mas nakilala ko po ang ating pambansang bayani na si Dr. Jose Rizal. And another aspect is that our city government has multiple programs para po sa lahat ng mga Binyanense.
kahanga-hanga, tunay na pinagpala. Dito'y buhay ang nakaraan, sumasalubong sa magandang bukas. Kaya't halina sa binyan and experience the city of light.
Hubarin ang takot sa iyong damdamin, ipamalas ang angking galing. Tumayong buong tapang, harapin ang buhay, akapin ang tagumpay. Tulungan ang kapwa't bigyang halaga, huwag hatakin ng pababa. Isipin huwag sana ang sarili lang, pakisama.
Since 2020, nung maranasan po natin ng lockdown at global pandemic, ang isa po sa hindi magandang epekto nito ay ang pagpapasara ng mga eskwelahan at kolehiyo. At kami po ay nahinto sa pag-aaral. But I realized during my free time that I can be physically fit by doing active sports, which is playing basketball.
gala-gala dahil ang aming lungsod ay nagpatupad ng City Ordinance number 20-2021 o mas kilala bilang Artista at Atletang Binyanense College Scholarship o ABC Scholarship, kung saan ang mga qualified college students ay makakatanggap ng 20,000 pesos per semester. At ito po ang aking napiling advocacy, to partner with our LGU to help uplift the current state of our local athletes who have the potential to become national pride like Hidiling Diaz.
Ikaw at ako magkasama tayo sa lubungin ng kinabukasan.
Once again, I'm Richard Ray Gomez, proud Binyanense, proud Filipino.
The city of
Ang mga bata ang pinakamahalagang mapagkukunan sa mundo at ang pinakamahusay na pag-asa para sa hinaharap. Kaya kailangan nating maging instrumento upang alalayan sila patungo sa pag-abot ng kanilang mga pangarap at tagumpay. Naniniwala ako na ang bawat bata ay may kakayahang matuto at may karapatang magkaroon ng solidong edukasyon. Ano-ano nga ba ang mga dahilan kung bakit hindi nakakapag-aral ang mga kabataan at nahihirapan silang abutin ang tagumpay? Kahirapan. Ang pinakamalaking dahilan kung bakit hindi nakakapag-aral ang mga kabataan. Kakulangan sa kagamitan, kakulangan sa suporta ng magulang, at kakulangan pagdating sa pinansyal. Ito ang pamilyang hindi kayang tustusan ang kanilang mga anak para maipadala sa paaralan at makakuha ng maayos na edukasyon. Masasabi pa ba natin na ang edukasyon ay karapatan ng bawat bata o pribilehiyo na lamang para sa iilan? Meron pa bang taong makakatulong sa kanilang pangangailangan? Sino-sino ang handang tumulong at maglaan ng oras at panahon para sila'y maalalayan? Ako!
Kasama ako.
Kasama ako.
Kasama ako. Kasama ako.
Kasama ako. Kasama ako.
Kasama ako.
Sama-sama nating akayin ang mga bata patungo sa kanilang mga pangarap. Kapit-bisig nating iangat ang mga bata sa laylayan ng kahirapan. Nagsimula sa maliit na pangarap, naisa katuparan dahil sa mga taong patuloy na naniniwala sa kahalagahan ng edukasyon para sa kabataan. Dahil ikaw, ako, tayo, kapwa ko Bulakenyo, ang magsisilbing instrumento sa pagpapadama na ang edukasyon ay hindi pribileyo sa iilan, kung hindi ito ay karapatan. Ako si Marchodoro, kaisa, kasama, kayakap ng bawat kabataang Bulakenyo.
Embrace your flaws, empower others through encouragement. Marami tayong mararanasan sa buhay natin na talagang magpapatibay sa atin. Gaya na lamang ng isa sa naranasan ko. Minsan na akong nakutya dahil sa birthmark ko sa gilid ng mata. Aaminin ko, madalas na ito talaga ang unang mapapansin sa akin. Alam ko sa sarili ko na kakaiba ako sa lahat. Merong kakaiba sa pagkatao ko na may pagmamalaki ko. Mga bagay na meron ako na wala sa iba, kakayahan at tiwala sa sarili. Hindi man ako perpektong tao, ngunit ako naman ay mabuting tao. Sa pagiging mabuting tao, mas nauhubog ang aking pagkatao. Kaya ginamit ko ang aking boses upang makaimpluwensya ng tao. Natuto rin ako makisalamuha sa kapwa ko. Nalaman ko na isa sa malapit sa akin ay nakaranas din ng problemang ganito.
Hoy Tol, balita ko nagka-problema ka diba? Oo nga po.
Kaya naman nagpayo ako sa kanila na kumilos, ayusin ang sarili at magtiwala sa kakayahan. Napagdaanan ko na kaya alam ko ang pakiramdam. Ang aking advokasya ay maging boses sa taong natatakot, sumubok ng bago sa buhay. Gusto kong hikayatin sila na itaas ang self-confidence dahil tayo rin naman ang makakatulong sa ating sarili. Lahat ng pagsubok ay kayang lagpasan basta magtulungan. Gusto ko maging inspirasyon sa kabataan na kung may gusto kang makamit na isang bagay, kailangan mo itong paghirapan. Lahat ng pangarap ay hindi madaling makuha. Kinakailangan ito ng oras, pagtsatsaga, pagtitiis, atensyon, pagdidisiplina sa sarili at lakas. Kung nasan man ako ngayon, estado ng buhay ko at katayuan ko ay dahil yun sa pagsisikap ko. Hindi lang para mag-iba ang tingin ng ibang tao sa akin, kundi para na rin mas mapalakas ko ang tiwala ko sa aking sarili. Nagsumikap ako hanggang makamit ko ang aking gusto. Napagtanto ko na hindi sapat ang may magandang ugali, kundi kinakailangan mo rin harapin ang realidad ng buhay. Na importante din ang panlabas na anyo. Inaamin kong meron na ako nung kabutiang loob. Habang tumatanda kasi, mas napagtanto ko na kailangan ko rin palang mag-ayos at maging presentable tignan. Kaya ginawa ko lahat ng aking makakaya. Isa rin sa advokasya ko ang pagdepensa sa kabataang naaapi. Gusto kong palaganapin ang pagtrato at maayos na makikitungo ng bawat isa sa kapwa-tao. Minsan na ako nanalo sa patimpalak na aking sinalihan. Meron akong mga natutunan, may oras na ako ay nabigo ngunit lumalaban pa rin. At ngayon dito sa Man of the Philippines ay handa akong makipagsabayan, magtiwala sa sarili at kakayahan. Yan ang aking laban. Kapag ako ang nanalo sa Man of the Philippines, mas may paparating ko sa mga taong aking advokasya. Tutulong ako sa mga taong nangangailangan, pinansyal man yan o presensya. Handa na akong harapin ang mas marami pang pagsubok. Manalo matalo, ang mahalaga, naging inspirasyon ako sa mga tao. Muli, ako nga pala si James Mark Pascual, 22 years old, representing City of Cabuyao, Province of Laguna.
Ako si Aaron Mendoza at naniniwala ako sa karapatan ng bawat senior citizen na makatamasa ng maayos na kalusugan, malakas na pangangatawan at sapat na pangangailangang medikal. Kilala ang mga Pinoy bilang family-oriented person, makalolo at makalola, ngunit lingid sa kaalaman nating lahat na marami sa kanila ang nakakaranas ng pang-aabuso, binabaliwala, napapabayaan, at minsan pa nga'y tinatrato bilang pabigat na sa pamilya. Bawat patanda sa ating lipunan ay may karapatan ding makaranas ng masaya at maayos na pamumuhay. Sa kanilang pagtanda, unawain at pagpasensyahan sana natin sila. Darating ang panahon na lalabo na ang kanilang mga mata. Hihina ang pandinig. Ang iba pa nga ay tila hindi na nakakilala. Maramdamin at emosyonal na sila at dala ng katandaan. Kaya wag sana nating hayaan na makaramdam sila ng awa sa kanilang mga sarili. Na tila ba wala na silang silbi sa lipunan kundi pabigat na lamang. Marami sa populasyon ng mga matatanda ang naaabuso, nasisigawan at nakakagalitan. Dala na rin ang kanilang kahinaan at katandaan. Na sana'y wag nating samantalahin, kundi lawakan pa natin ang ating pangunawa at pairalin ang pagmamahal. Sa panahon na meron sila ngayon, wala na silang ibang hinahangad kundi ang maramdaman na may nagmamahal pa rin sa kanila. Na sila ay parte pa rin ng pamilya. Na nagdanais lang na makakain ng masarap, makatulog ng maayos, at mamuhay sa payapang lugar kung saan tahimik at puno ng pagmamahal kasama ang kanilang pamilya. Kaya naman ako ay naglalayo na sana'y magkaroon ng special hotline na specifically designed for senior citizens' medical needs and concerns. Kung saan hindi na nila kailangan makipagsabayan sa haba ng pila o makipagsiksikan para lang matugunan ang kanilang mga pangangailangang medikal. Sa special hotline din na ito, matatalakay at matututukan natin ang ating mga elders sa kanilang mga hinaing kaugnay sa kanilang mga naramdaman. At aking ding iminumungkahi na magkaroon ng ating health workers ng lingguhang pag-aronda sa bawat kabahayan upang maitala kung sino pa ang mga senior citizen na nangailangan ng atensyong medikal o libreng gamot. Sa pamamagitan ng special hotlines at weekly rounds ng ating mga barangay health workers, masisiguro natin na wala ng senior citizen ang mapapabayaan o muling mahihirapan upang matugunan ang kanilang pangailang medikal. At para mas mapalawak pa ang pangalaga sa kanila, isusulong ko rin ang pagkakaroon ng special help desk para sa mga senior citizen sa bawat barangay kung saan pwede sila mag-walk-in upang ilapit ang kanilang mga hinaing, kaugnay sa usapang pangkalahatan o medikal. Darating din ang panahon na hina ang kanilang mga tuhod. Mahirapan sila makatayo o makalakad. At sa oras na ito, kakailanganin nila ang ating mga gabay. Katulad ng paggabay nila sa atin nung tayo ay mga musmus pa lamang at nag-aaral maglakad. Sila ang haligi ng ating lipunan. Sila ang ating sandalan.
Our world is ever-changing. Catastrophes, the pandemic, wars, and climate change. The whole world saw how we battle these factors every day. What saves me from mental breakdowns? Fitness. I believe that workout not only changes your body, it changes your mindset, your attitude, and your goal. Fitness, in my opinion, is mental exercise more than physical. This is my fight. This is my advocacy. This is my story. I want to share not only to my clients, but to our community the importance of working out. It gives the youth of today something to direct their emotions to. I always tell my gym clients, walk in strong, walk out stronger. I want to inculcate this to young minds like me. We fight different battles every day, and we can save more youth with mental health issues with working out and fitness. I see this pageant, Man of the Philippines, as a great platform to spread my cause. With the power of social media, combined with the pageant's great reach, we can advance and reach more heights. With the organizers, my brothers, and the kings before me, together, as one, we can win all this. Tara, papawis! This is Jake Soriano, your mental health advocate from Cavite, inviting everyone to take care of your body and your mental health with the use of fitness. Join me as you discover my passion. I'm John Godo, representing from the Queen City of the South, Cebu City. Cebu, one of the oldest and the second busiest city in the Philippines, with a population ranking as the second largest of the country. The busy streets of Cebu proves that it's a progressing city, making it at the top choice of local and international investors. My love for motorcycles and cars started at a very young age. Whenever I see my father driving, he showed me everything, and that's when my passion for driving started. From then up to now, I continued my first passion. That is why my advocacy is something to do with promoting road safety, because I'm always in the road, and one of the things we must consider is ours. We need to encourage them, educate them about the importance of road safety. Because nowadays, road accident is increasing, and the only solution is to invest on safety gears, spend time on studying road precautions, monthly checkup of your vehicle, and lastly, have time to practice on safety environment or at the racetrack. A friendly reminder, the road is not a racetrack, and the only finish line is in our home, with our loved ones waiting for us. Together, we make each travel fun and exciting, but we must all remember that our safety is always a priority.
Brian Diaz here. I am 24 years old, representing Cebu Province. Now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do for my advocacy. So, why is urban gardening such an attractive idea? You know, if you to put it simply, it really has a ton of benefits. In addition, you know, life in the big city is not always as promising sometimes, but especially in developing countries like ours. Now, rapid urbanization is increasing. It's shifting the impacts of malnutrition from rural to urban areas in low-income countries. With urban gardening, it takes away environmental strain. It doesn't put too much stress on the natural environment, including agriculture and water. Now, small-scale urban gardening projects can reduce environmental harm of mass production. Now, as an agricultural country, it's one of the big issues that farmers are facing now, that sometimes land isn't enough, sometimes land is too expensive. Now, even in small-scale farms, urban farms, we can provide the same number of crops, you know. Now, urban gardening is often cheaper than buying food. Now, if you grow your own food, then you don't need to buy, right? And another advantage of urban gardening is that you can do it year-round. Now, one of the ways that you can do it is a process called hydroponics, where running water is used instead of soil, so that plants can be properly watered with the proper nutrients in the water as well. Okay, so what I've showed you guys is just only a gist of what urban gardening is all about. So there are different kinds of urban gardening. There's container gardening, indoor gardening, there's community gardening, and even guerrilla gardening. So I'm just gonna explain indoor gardening to you guys. One of the ways why urban gardening is so important nowadays is that it's actually one of the solutions. Now I'm gonna give you a little background of my advocacy. I went into architecture school, and we took landscape architecture, and from then I was very interested into plants. Now I'm gonna give you guys a short tour on what we've been working on here at home. So here we've got your snake plants. We've got different kinds, and then here we've got plants supposedly that are good for luck. Now what we have here is the water that you use to wash rice. It's actually very good for the plants.
Have you ever set a goal for yourself? Whether it's a weight goal, or getting that certain grade in school, or maybe starting your own business. Now you may have started doing great at the start, but then you've hit some roadblocks along the way, and you lost the passion and drive to succeed.
Trust me when I say this, you are not alone.
According to the University of Scranton, 92% of individuals don't achieve their goal.
Everyone goes through some sort of struggle along the way, and I'm a prime example of that. For example, throughout my journey in bodybuilding, I've been in areas where I thought achieving my goal of getting big or getting lean is impossible. And through the years, I have been either inconsistent with my training or my dieting. And the reality is, as long as you refocus and change the mindset, no matter how small the progress is, it is still progress. So trust it. Trust the process.
So you may ask this, how do I take control? How do I stay motivated? How do I stay hungry? It all comes down to your planning. And you have to understand that no matter how big or small your dream is, it will be difficult. And you have to know if it's realistic or not. You have to know if it's achievable. You can't just say, oh, I want to be a billionaire by the end of the month. No, that's not how a dream works. Let's say I want to increase my income by 50,000 pesos by the end of the month. Now that is achievable, and as long as you put your mind to it and get to work, you can do it.
People often abandon their goals because their expectations are unreasonable. Maybe they would say they want to be ripped in weeks rather than months. And of course, they would be discouraged because that's unachievable and would want to give up. Part of staying motivated is being realistic about what you can achieve within the time frame you've planned. But yet again, no matter how big or small the goal is, anything is possible, so believe it, dream it.
Staying hungry and staying motivated is what I embody and live by. Having that goal and doing whatever it takes to achieve it, that's what I leave here. A legacy that I hope will live in every single person watching this.
Tunay na may mga taong mapanghusga at mapagmataas. Minsan na ako nilait at minaliit. Pero ito ay hindi naging hadlang para sa buhay ako'y lumaban. My name is Paul Mark Buendia. I want to share a message of hope through my life story as my primary weapon to inspire my fellow kababayans to embrace the importance of self-empowerment. There was a time in my life that I've been judged for being underprivileged. Sabi nila, wala daw akong mararating tulad ng sinapit ng mga magulang ko. Na hindi daw ako aasenso dahil hindi ako nakapagtapos sa pag-aaral. I was rejected because of the color of my skin, because of my nationality, and even the way I talk. It made me realize na to surround myself with dream killers. Sa murang edad, I've learned how to empower myself and to be confident in many ways. Kaya naman day by day, I've been working so hard to be the better version of myself. Dugot pawis ang naging puhunan ko sa lahat ng narating ko sa buhay. Remembering the journey I had go through, marami din pala tayong mga kababayan na may mga ganitong pinagdadaanan. Wala silang mga tiwala sa kanilang mga sarili. And it made me realize to create a drive to be an inspiration of many Filipinos seeking for personal and professional growth and to assist them towards a brighter future. I am very grateful of what I have become. Winning Man of the Philippines Dubai 2021 opened a lot of doors for me and gave me a bigger platform in pursuing my advocacy, which is self-empowerment. I always allocate ample time for me to reach out to our kababayans, may it be at work, at the gym, or even at different events to share my passion. I do personality development sessions, professional counseling, as well as image styling, ensuring that I was able to uplift their spirits, boosting their confidence, and valuing their precious time. I was also able to engage in many inspiring events conducted by different Philippine government agencies and non-profit organizations. By representing the Filipino community of Dubai in this coming Man of the Philippines national pageant, I know that God entrusted me in this life because I can make a difference, transforming lives one at a time. Always remember that we are the driver of our own destiny. Ako po si Paul Mark Buendia, a proud Ilocano, a proud OFW, representing the Filipino community of Dubai. Shukran.
Humihingi ng tulong ang mga kaanak na isang overseas Filipino worker na binuhusan daw.
Punot, suntok at pananakal ang sinapit daw ng isa nating kababayan mula sa kanyang...
kaya ko pa gamitin ang cellphone.
Unfortunately, those things are real. Those things are still happening. Na sa bawat sentimong ipinapadala, may mga taong malayo sa pamilya. Na sa bawat ngiti, may mga nakatagong pighati. Na sa libo-libong matatagumpay na kwento, may mga taong nagdurusa sa likod nito. As of this moment, there is still no data on how many overseas Filipino workers are in distress. But with the growing number of news reports about suicides, insanities, emotional and physical illness, we can say that there is something needs to be done. People may say that we chose this life, but even the soldiers are not ready to die after signing up for the Corps. And so are we. I am an OFW, and working abroad made me realize that it is not easy to be an OFW, and it will never be. I witness a lot of OFWs struggling every single day financially, emotionally, and even physically, and that is very sad. There are lots of OFWs felt that they are alone, forgotten, forsaken, and we can help them to avoid those feelings. We can support them not to be depressed, not to be devastated, not to be frustrated, because together we can change their situation. Because I believe that together we stand, divided we fall. Na kapag sama-sama, laging mayroong pag-asa.
Na kahit anong unos ang dumating, kahit anong sakuna ang ating harapin, basta tayo nagtutulungan, basta tayo hindi nag-iiwanan, lahat ng darating ay kaya nating lagpasan. Pagsubok lang yan. Pilipino tayo. Pilipino. At andyan lagi ang Diyos.
Because together, we can make difference. This is Aaron Reyes, your man of the Philippines, Saudi Arabia, Filipino community. And be with me in this advocacy. Get your phone. Message all the OFWs you know, your friends, your loved ones, your family. Tell them how important they are. Tell them that you love them. And that will change their situation. That will lessen our distressed OFWs, especially mentally and emotionally. This is not just about me. It is about us. I need you. We need you. Share this video using hashtag #MPH, hashtag advocacy, and let us make the world better. Again, this is Aaron Reyes, your man of the Philippines, Saudi Arabia, Filipino community, saying that I love you and that I need you. Thank you so much. God bless us all, and I love you all.
The global pandemic has affected lives of millions of people worldwide. People are either sick or losing their lives. Social activities are stopped due to lockdown, closure of companies, schools, and colleges. Most of the students are dependent upon online classes. Many people lost their jobs, and it is slowing down the economy globally. Our lives causing tremendous human suffering and challenging the most basic foundations of society's well-being. It was a very tough time to survive in that situation. The whole world is suffering. The fears of today and uncertainty of tomorrow created a new level of anxiety, helplessness, loneliness, and depressions to many people. Mental health is a person's condition with regards to their psychological and emotional well-being. The most usual problems on mental health among adolescents include anxiety disorders, depression and other mood disorders, and behavioral and cognitive disorders. Special initiative for mental health conducted in 2020 showed that 3.6 million Filipinos suffer from at least one kind of mental, neurological, or substance use disorder. How is mental health perceived in the Philippines? Mental illness is highly stigmatized in the Philippines, and to avoid the derogatory label of crazy, Filipinos tend to conceal their mental illness and consequently avoid seeking professional help. My advocacy is to promote and raising awareness on mental health issues and ensuring that mental health is on the national agenda of governments. We have no idea what people are going through. Everybody has their own battles that we do not understand, and we should not disregard what they feel. As human beings, it is our job to help those who are struggling mentally, because I believe that this is the first step to humanity. My name is Ramzi Villegas, your man of the Philippines UAE 2021, and this is my advocacy.
And I am a mental health advocate. Right now in our current situation, the pandemic, sometimes you can encounter problems, obstacles, and sometimes it can feel bigger than us. Our mental health can drop, and sometimes you feel like the whole world is against you. And sometimes it also feels like you're stuck in a cage. There also comes a time where we decide not to talk about it. We just decide to ball these feelings up because we want to show everybody, we're okay, even though we're not. I know these feelings well. Right now I'm talking to you as a friend. I want to be your voice. I joined this pageant because I want to bring mental health awareness and be a voice for those who can't speak for themselves. And sometimes people out there are still confused on what to feel. It's okay to talk about it. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's always a good feeling when you talk to a friend, family, or even a loved one. It's okay to not be okay. In life, I've learned from many people, and from people who didn't even exist. As long as there's a tomorrow, we can still fight. Just keep swimming, keep moving forward. And as an old wise Kung Fu turtle once said, yesterday was history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That is why it is called the present. My name is Ramzi Villegas, and together we will be okay.
As an advocate of sports and nutrition, my aim is to help children have a better path. Children afflicted by the law and severely affected by poverty have a special place in my heart. I am one of these children who can pursue studies because of financial difficulties. And through sports, I was given the opportunity to have free access to education. Being a Tausug, a Muslim tribe, considered one of the hundreds indigenous tribes, I was once left facing a room of doldrums. We were never placed on the pedestal, and we are not given the opportunity to speak for ourselves and for our needs in the community. Growing up in this kind of situation, I have realized that it's not just poverty that kills 1,000 of dreams, but also unequal service and prioritization. Joining pageants, I have always been vocal about raising a platform about helping the indigenous people, especially the children. I feel like people nowadays are focused on the textiles and colorful culture of these people, but they never ask how these people feel and what they need. I want to focus on the children because I myself was neglected as a child of color. I want to help these children to work the path they want to pursue. It has been years since I joined athletic competitions, and I use my prize money and other incentives to go places where IP children are located. I have been to Cebu, Davao, Sarangani, and even here in my hometown, General Santos City, to help children and be inspired. I want them to embrace sports and education because these two are important in order to achieve the beauty of success. Even before joining pageants, I have been outspoken. I love to talk about the rights of everyone. I have used social media and sports as a platform to voice out my opinions and ideas, as well as my experiences. Because it is not just to be a role model to them, but but also to touch their hearts and reinvigorating the spirit of hope. We need to produce tangible solutions and evident details in order to help these children by allocating funds and resources to provide to their needs. I believe Man of the Philippines can help me widen this advocacy. After all, it is unity and perseverance that sparks humanity.
Some have adjusted well to the new way of living. Face masks and shields have become an essential piece in our daily lives. Social distancing are now part of the norm. Though this protects us physically, it does not protect us mentally. Please let me remind you that it hasn't been easy for everyone. And if you are that someone, you are not alone. Don't put on a fake smile and mask your sorrows. You are human. It is okay not to be okay. Let your guard down and allow the light of day. Don't distance yourself too far. Let people hear what you say. Don't expose yourself from negativity. A clean mentality? Now that's okay.
A healthier and a longer life. These are the benefits that come with exercise. Every single one of us has 168 hours a week. And we are only asking for 2.5 hours for you to live a better life. Fitness is a lifestyle. This is not a quick fix. This is something that you should incorporate into your daily regimen. Physically well individuals are physically active and get sufficient sleep and maintains a recommended body weight, exercises regularly, avoids harmful drugs, minimize exposure to environmental contaminants, and seek medical care and exam as needed. Physical wellness is commonly associated with being healthy. It entails confidence and optimism about one's ability to protect physical health and take care of health problems. Hi, this is Deo Brisilias, your Man of the Philippines, Lapu-Lapu City, and my advocacy is health and wellness.
Dạ, em chào chị. Em pha giúp chị ly cà phê rồi mang vào phòng. Chị có chuyện muốn nói với em? Dạ. Để coi chút nữa chị sẽ dạy đời tôi như thế nào. Cà phê nè, này thì pha cho chị hả? Để em pha cho chị uống. Cho chị đi đầu thai luôn. Uống cho ngon nha chị, cà phê em làm đó. Dạ, cà phê nè, chị uống đi chị. Cảm ơn em nha. Cà phê thơm đó. À, em cầm sắp tài liệu này nè, in ra cho chị. Ngày mai mình đi gặp đối tác. Dạ. Còn gì nữa không em? Dạ, em biết rồi ạ. Không thì ra ngoài làm việc tiếp đi. giàu vừa đẹp trai. Cơ hội đổi đời đi rồi. Chết với chị.
Rồi chúc anh đi.
Ây da.
Anh qua. Ôi, em ơi có sao không?
Ây da.
Em sao vậy?
Anh ơi, em đau chân quá. Chắc là em bị trật khớp chân rồi anh ơi.
Em có cần anh đưa đi bác sĩ không?
Thôi em thấy cũng đỡ hơn rồi. Anh không có cần phải kêu bác sĩ đâu. Không có anh á, chắc là em không biết phải làm sao nữa, chắc là nặng hơn vậy luôn á. Cảm ơn anh nha. Anh có thể nào cho em mời anh một ly cà phê cảm ơn được không?
Hôm nay anh bận rồi, anh khác đi.
Bận hả? Vậy anh cho em xin số điện thoại của anh á, để hôm nào anh rảnh á thì em mời anh đi cà phê coi như là cảm ơn anh. Ha?
Được. Người đẹp mời cà phê thì còn gì bận ha.
Anh muốn số điện thoại giùm em đi.
Anh tên Khánh.
Dạ. Em điện anh nhớ ghi máy nha. Nhớ bắt máy của em với nha.
Tất nhiên rồi, người đẹp thiệt mà.
Bye anh.
Em đi cẩn thận nha.
Dạ. Sao lúc nào mày cũng may mắn vậy? May mắn không tìm đến với tao. Vậy thì tao sẽ tự tìm đến và cướp lấy cho bằng được. Mày cứ chờ mà xem. Nhưng hình như là anh có vợ rồi mà.
Anh có vợ thì đã sao? Nó có quan trọng đối với em. Khi mà mục đích của em tới với anh không phải là để làm vợ. Thôi, hỏi chuyện đó qua một bên đi. Đêm nay hai đứa mình còn rất nhiều chuyện để nói. Giờ phải làm nữa đúng không?
Dạ.
Cạn ly ha.
Mà đẹp dữ vậy. Từ trước tới giờ mới thấy luôn. Khó đeo dữ vậy trời. Thì là đẹp xuất thần luôn. Dạ, đây là hồ sơ của chị Cần ạ. Cảm ơn em. Như cũ. Cho chị đi cà phê. Mà chị thấy hôm nay em có đẹp không? Chị thấy bình thường. Mà em vui lắm hả? Phải rồi, thường ngày thì em đâu được mặc những bộ này đâu. Nhưng bây giờ em được mặc rồi đó chị. Cái gì mình không có được thì phải cố gắng làm mọi cách để có cho bằng được. Những gì em muốn có nó đơn giản như vậy đó. Bởi vậy em luôn đi sau người khác. Còn gì đâu em? Nếu không thì thôi mình việc tiếp đi.
Chút nữa gặp nhau khách sạn cũ, phòng 321.
anh có món quà bất ngờ muốn tặng cho em.
Đi sau tới sau, tao tới sau, nhưng tao có tất cả, mà có tất cả từ tay của mày. Ai vậy làm cái gì vậy hả? Mày ra, đã tập anh nào quá à? Con nhỏ này là ai vậy? Lấy lại con bằng cho em đi. Đồ khốn nạn, con quỷ, lại tụi giết chết mày.
Ném nó coi. Gì hả?
Khốn nạn, rõ ràng. Nếu như hôm nay tôi không tới đây, thì sao tôi bắt cho tụi nó đem phản bội tôi? Hả? Giết chết à? Giết chết à? Hả?
Mày điên hả? Mày cũng là cái thứ dạng thứ ba thôi. Có tư cách gì ở đây mà lớn tiếng?
Bữa tiệc nào cũng đến lúc tàn thôi. Nè, anh ký đi. Mà tôi nghĩ anh không cần phải ký, bởi vì tôi đã có đầy đủ chứng cứ rồi. Hẹn gặp anh ở tòa. Chị, em trình của em còn kém lắm. Nếu em thích thì cứ nói với chị một tiếng. Cái thể loại đàn ông này chị sẵn sàng nhường cho em. Em không cần phải hao tâm tổn sức mà lập mưu bày kế như vậy đâu. Thường thì những thứ từ trên trời rơi xuống chỉ có nước mưa và cất chim. Nhìn đẹp đôi đó. Chị, nếu em không còn liêm sĩ thì ngày mai em cứ đi làm bình thường. Chị nói cho em nghe, phụ nữ hơn nhau á, lỡ cái đầu. Em hiểu không?
Cái gì cũng có giới hạn của nó. Cương cũng phải biết là thân phận Cương ở đâu chứ.
Không lẽ anh coi em là gái, anh tính chơi xong rồi anh bỏ hả?
Sao vậy Sugar Baby? Chứ Cương nghĩ Cương là rau xanh rau sạch, là gái nhà lành thôi.
Vậy không mấy em cho vợ anh biết chuyện này nha.
Cô dám?
Sao lại không dám?
Nhưng mà anh giỡn thôi mà, làm gì căng như vậy? Bây giờ vậy nè, ngoài cái chuyện em đòi làm vợ anh, em muốn cái gì anh cũng chịu.
Em đâu có dám đòi hỏi gì nhiều đâu. Em chỉ muốn bên cạnh và chăm sóc anh đến nhà thôi.
Không diễn nữa, vậy em muốn gì nói đi.
Đúng thật là anh em, chỉ có anh mới hiểu được em. Tại vì dạo này em kẹt quá, không mấy. Anh cho em phải chút đỉnh nha.
Chút là nhiêu?
10 triệu.
Ok. Mỗi tháng tôi sẽ chu cấp thêm cho cô 10 triệu. Nhưng với điều kiện những hình ảnh này không được lọt đến tai vợ tôi. Nếu không, cô không yên với tôi đâu.
Ok. Anh đi cẩn thận nha. Để coi ai mới là người để cho ai yên.
Alo.
Anh hả?
Ơi, làm cái gì mà xuống đây cứ đeo bám tôi như ba vậy? Tôi chuyển tiền rồi mà.
Có con ma nào mà đẹp như em chứ. Em đang đứng trước cửa nhà anh nè.
Cái gì?
Hello anh.
Cô muốn cái gì đây?
Em muốn mua túi xách mới.
Cô muốn mua túi xách? Cô nhắn tôi chuyển khoản được rồi, mắc gì cô ngồi tới đây chi vậy?
Em gọi cho anh có được đâu.
Thì tại tôi bận họp mà.
Thì đó, cho nên là em mới phải cất công tới tận nhà anh nè.
Cô bị điên hả? Giờ này là giờ vợ tôi sắp về rồi. Lỡ cô thấy cô rồi sao?
Anh sợ giờ anh thấy em, vậy không sợ. Dạ anh thấy mấy tấm hình của tụi mình hả?
Thôi nha, đừng có đem mấy tấm hình đó ra mà hù dọa tôi nghe chưa? Tôi mệt mỏi rồi đó.
Nếu như mà anh thấy mệt, không mấy, anh ly dị vợ đi, rồi tới với em, lúc đó hết mệt.
Cô nằm mơ đi.
Anh nghĩ anh khác được em hả? Chào cô. Chào chị. Chị là vợ của anh Hoàng hả? Đúng vậy, tôi là vợ anh Hoàng.
Ở đây là nhân viên của anh. Cô đến để nhờ anh ký giấy tờ.
Giấy tờ đâu?
Cái cô này, cái giấy tờ mà cũng quên trên giấy tờ nữa là sao? Thôi bây giờ á, cô đi về đi. Lát nữa tôi lên chở tôi lên tôi ký sao nha, rồi tôi chuyển tiền cô làm công tác cho tôi nha.
Hả? Nhìn chị là em biết tại sao anh Hoàng lại hay em đùa, em giỡn chứ chị đừng có để ý nha. Tôi biết mà. Tôi biết cô đây không những chỉ thích đùa với chồng người khác mà còn thích giấu tóc dưới gối của vợ người ta nữa. Em không biết gì hết trơn á. Cũng đâu có gì đâu. Tôi chỉ có ý tốt. Tôi muốn nhắc nhở cô làm cái gì cũng có chừng mực thôi, kẻo không chừng sau này không còn tóc mà gội đầu á. Dạ em cảm ơn chị. Thôi em xin phép.
Baby ơi, baby. Đến hả? Dạ. Dạ con hả?
Đúng rồi.
Vậy là sắp gặp ba hả? Vậy là sắp gặp ba rồi. Em đừng có làm nha, không có gì em nghĩ đâu.
Đừng nói gì hết. Wow. Quá ra đây là tổ ấm của hai người hả? Hạnh phúc quá ha. Đúng rồi đó. Sẵn tiện chị cũng tới đây rồi. Em có một món quà cho chị xem. Đi nè, tin tin. Em đã có thai với lại anh Hoàng rồi á. Có thai luôn rồi. Chúc mừng anh nha.
Bà xã
Im. Ủa vậy bấy lâu nay anh ra ngoài anh mèo mỏ gà đồng, anh nghĩ tôi không có biết gì hết hả? Tôi biết hết. Nhưng mà tôi nhắm mắt mở cho anh, bởi vì tôi sợ anh buồn. Tôi muốn anh vui, nhưng mà anh ngu quá. Ăn dụng thì cũng phải biết chùi mép. Rồi bây giờ con nhỏ này nó nói cái gì anh cũng tin nữa hả? Rồi sao? tính đem ngữ này về thay thế tôi hay gì?
Không có. Thì đó làm có chuyện.
Sẵn đây ông đã không biết nhục á, thì tôi cũng công khai bí mật này cho ông biết. Cái chuyện mà hai vợ chồng mình không có con á là do ông bị vô sinh. Chuyện này tôi lấy ra tôi giỡn với ông được á. Thôi đi, chưa đủ xấu hổ nữa hả? Ông đi về nhà ngay cho tôi. Đi. Em gái. Chị đã cảnh báo với em rồi, mà tại em tham, em được voi đầu tiên, rồi bây giờ còn muốn lừa gạt chồng chị nữa hả? Yên tâm, cái hạng gái như em á, để chị ra tay bẩn tay chị đó.
Hi, my name is Pao, and let me tell you a story. I was recently diagnosed with depression and body dysmorphia, and still in the process of finding out what else I have, especially regarding my anxiety. It was very evident that I have been getting ill feelings the past decade. After more backtracking, they have actually manifested way before that. I have had recurring feelings of being purposely left out, ignored, and backstabbed by even those close to me. There would always be that lingering feeling. As for my body dysmorphia, I used to be obese in my adolescence. The dysmorphia only started to manifest when I started losing weight. I became hyper-conscious. I was both anorexic and bulimic, and I also became obsessed with losing weight and always thought that I was not thin enough. It actually then got a lot worse when I started working out. I started comparing myself to other people, and I got pressured by it. It was more of a compulsion of mine, a fear that I would go back to my non-fit past. Each time I look in the mirror, I see someone different, someone other people is not seeing. I would nitpick on so many different things on my body, from my head, my face, down to my toes. There is always something wrong with me. Whenever I get depressive episodes or question myself due to anxiety, it is always difficult to deal with. There's a weird mix of feelings, having hot and cold alternate waves all over my body that I can't explain. I break out in cold sweat and I start breathing deeply since it suddenly gets difficult to breathe. My body also starts to shake. It gets difficult to do anything with my hands or move my body in general. You'd know something's wrong because I stutter when I talk, and my speech gets sluggish or lethargic. For us, we think that our world is crumbling down. We usually don't talk to others because we think no one will ever understand us. Ang arte mo. Wala lang yan. Support na lang kita, ah. Are words we do not want to hear. It also gets difficult when you have no one ready to talk to. Even if you have one, they won't be ready to hear your emotional unloading all the time. We also don't want to hear empty words of support. That's why we're very scared to talk to other people. Insomnia. withdrawal from social circles both online and in real life, loss of will to do anything. And it also gets in the way of work and challenges your professionalism as well as your work ethic. I personally get scared to work because I think everything I do from work to juggling personal relationships is wrong, that I only wreck things. What's worse is we can professionally hide and mask this when we're in public. It's scary. What we need are either one of two things: comfort and genuine presence, and actual help. If we want to hear something from someone, we want our problem solved, or at least have some solutions leading to that it won't be neither ignorant nor unsympathetic. This is why I have chosen mental health awareness as my primary advocacy. Using the platform given to me by Man of the Philippines, I want to talk to people about how to properly deal with individuals who have mental health problems. I also want to engage in discussions with people like me who have mental health problems so that we get to know more on how to properly deal with it. Just like me, I want to tell people that it's okay. It's okay to see a doctor, it's okay to see someone, a professional, especially when it's hurting too much. There is nothing to fear. Hopefully, I get to find and partner up with organizations or institutions that will also provide a wider platform for me to not just talk about mental health, but understand and learn more about it as well. It's not just a relevant contemporary issue, but it is something very close to my heart. That day will come when mental health is something people can openly discuss and deal with without having much wrong notions. One day, we will all be taking care of our mental sanity and be active in helping each other out to create a healthier community.
Pagkakakulong sa droga, pambubuli, pagkakasali sa mga gang wars. Iilan lang ito sa mga pagkakakilala ng tao tungkol sa tundo na aking kinagisnan at kinalakihan. Pero di natin alam na kahit na may madilim na nakaraan ng tundo, marami itong magagandang naidulot sa aking pagkatao. Natuto akong pahalagahan ng aking sarili at harapin ang pangungutya ng ibang tao dahil sa aking anyo. Dito ako natutong pahalagahan ng aking sarili sa pamamagitan ng magpapaganda ng katawan at alagaan ng aking kalusugan para mailayo ang aking sarili sa masasamang bisyo at kaibigan. Dahil sa disiplinang naidudulot nito sa akin, kaya ako naisip ang aking advokasya, ang maibahagi ang aking minimiti na patuloy pagandahin ang aking katawan at panatilihing itong malusog. Sinikap kong maging isang fitness instructor at maibahagi sa kabataan ang kahalagahan ng pagpapaganda ng katawan at pagiging malusog para mailayo sa masasamang bisyo at gawain. Ito ang aking layunin at advokasya. Encouraging the youth to stay healthy through fitness. Juan Paulo Calma, 24, Man of the Philippines, candidate number 15, representing City of Manila.
At the age of 18, without a father on my side, I grew up being dependent, optimistic person. Walking in this world full of hate, judgment, and discrimination, I realized that we just always see what's wrong, what's different, and we're bringing each other down. But today, I will use my voice and this platform to address this is the time that we should stop seeing other people as any lesser than any one of us. Rather, we should seek for love and understanding no matter how different other people are to us. Let love and respect change us all. Equality for a better society.
Ngiting hindi matutumbas ang galak ang namutawi sa aking paningin habang pinagmamasdan ang mga nagtatawa ng mga paslit na tila ba puro saya at ligaya lang ang kanilang pinagkakaabalahan. Ngunit sa likod ng mga ngiting aking nasisilayan, tila may lungkot sa kanilang mga mata na hindi ko mawari, na kung ang dala nilang mga ngiti ay nag-uumapaw sa kaligayahan o baka naman sila'y papalunod na sa kakapusan ng kanilang pamumuhay na nararanasan.
Ako si Jose Carlos Paras at adhikain kong makatulong sa mga batang ayon sa aking kapasidad, one child at a time. At ito ay sa pamamagitan ng aking advokasiyang Isang Bata, Isang Tuwa.
Ang Isang Bata, Isang Tuwa ay isang programa na naglalayon makatulong sa isang bata sa isang pagkakataon. Ito ay maaari sa pang-araw-araw na pangangailangan, kagaya ng damit at pagkain. Maaari din ito sa pagtulong sa edukasyon, larangan ng pagpapalakas o sining man. Sa simula ng aking advokasya, pumukaw sa aking damdamin si Jason, isang batang katutubo, 12 anyos at masipag mag-aral. Kabilang si Jason sa ating mga kapatid na Aita sa Mabalacat, Pampanga. Isa lamang si Jason sa mga batang maraming pangarap sa buhay.
Simple lang yung pangarap ko, balang araw makatulong sa pamilya ko.
Sa aking pagbisita sa Sitio Monicayo, aking sinamahan si Jason sa kanilang eskwelahan. Makikita sa mga mata ni Jason ang pagnanasa niyang matuto upang matupad ang kanyang mga pangarap. Dala ng surpresang school supplies na bitbit ko, kitang-kita sa mga mata ni Jason ang tuwa at ligaya nang may abot ko ang mga ito. Tila baliwanag ang nagbukas sa mga mata ni Jason matapos ko siyang turuan magbasa na tila ba pananabik sa kanyang pagkatuto. At dali-dali ko siyang inalok ng simpleng salo-salo habang kami ay patuloy pang nagkwekwentuhan. Naniniwala ako na lahat ng bata ay may karapatang maranasan ng paglalaro, na sumisimbolo na ang mga batang tulad ni Jason ay dapat makaranas ng maaliwalas na oras at pagkakataon upang makapaglibang at makapaglaro. At sa di malilimutang pagkakataon, hindi ko papalampasin ang pagkakataong ito upang makalaro ko si Jason sa basketball. Anong saya at ligaya na makita ang isang batang tuwang-tuwa na kahit sa simpleng paglalaro lamang ng basketball ay tila nakakalimutan niya ang kanyang mga problema sa kanyang musmos na gulang pa lang. Bilang pasasalamat ni Jason sa akin, pinaunlakan niya ako ng traditional na sayaw na akin namang kinagiliwan, na kung saan tunay nga naming naramdaman ang hindi pagkakaiba sa kanya at tunay talagang nagbigay ng pitik sa aking puso.
Salamat po Kuya Jose, pinasaya mo ko ngayon araw.
Iba't iba man ang estado natin sa buhay, hindi ito nagsisilbing malaking balakid upang makapagbigay ngiti at tuwa sa ating mga naisin na makatulong, lalong-lalo na sa mga batang kapuspan. Ang mga batang ito ay magsisilbing ilaw sa pagbukas ng bukang liwayway. Sama-sama tayong magkaroon ng magandang kinabukasan, hindi lamang sa panahon ng pandemya, pati na rin sa susunod pa nating henerasyon. Kaya naman, tulungan natin sila, tuparin natin ang kanilang pangarap, at gabayan natin sila para sa kanilang masayang kinabukasan.
Kasama si Dr. Jose Rizal, ako ay naniniwala na ang mga kabataan, sila ang pag-asa ng bayan. I may be one, but with your help and support, we can make a difference.
At sa pagsali ko sa Man of the Philippines, ito ay magsisilbing tulay upang mapalawak ang aking advokasya at makatulong pa sa maraming bata. At ito si Jose Carlos Paras, at ito ang Isang Bata, Isang Tuwa.
This pandemic has brought so many challenges in our lives. Until now, some do not even realize the importance of compliance and are skeptical about the expertise of our health department. I have been asked several times of the possible adverse effect of COVID-19 vaccine. I want to believe that the cure is likely to happen, and the experience I have encountered taught me several life lessons, particularly about the flow of life, not only for those people who is well off, but more on the struggles of those who belong to the indigent sector. That's why I came up to my advocacy. As a health access advocate, the deprived of strength and impoverished and less fortunate should be heard and helped. Actually, for everyone, because the suffering that we have had in this pandemic is so very painful. All of us should practice inclusivity and social responsible. Constant communication with the health professionals should be observed. We should unite to make this place a better one, and we should be the voice for our government to prioritize our healthcare system. Thank you.
Hi, ako po si Ron Carl Malolos, 27 years old, representing Quezon Province.
I drew a broken heart right on your window pane. Waited for your reply here in the pouring rain. Just breathe against the glass.
Cautious ka ba sa kalusugan mo? Inaalagaan mo ba ang body figure mo?
Tunay na nakaka-encourage ang kasabihan na pag good body physique ka, ay kakit-akit ka.
Marami ang napuputya dahil sa tinatawag na body shaming at isunod ko ang labis na pagtaba at paglaki na katawan. Kaya marami sa atin ang nagiging lack of confidence dahil sa ganitong itsura. Bali, nagsusumikap pa din para magkaroon ng maayos na katawan. Pero ako naman ay kabaliktaran dahil sa ako ay lumaking payat na kung minsan ay tatawagin ka sa iba't ibang pangalan gaya ng kawayan o kung ano pa man. Dahil sa sobrang payat ko nga ay wala akong lakas ng loob para pumorma o magdamit ng maayos para sa aking sarili. Dami ang nag-encourage sa akin na sumali sa mga pageant competition kasi nga daw may potential ako dahil sa aking height and looks. Pero lumaki akong walang confidence sa sarili ko dahil sa payat kong pangatawan. Nagsimula ang interest ko sa pagkakaroon ng self-conscious. Una sa pagkakaroon ng hilig sa mga damit at kung paano pumorma. Mula dito, nakikita ko ang mga kasuotan na bagay para sa akin at magandang ipon. Hanggang sa napansin ko na mas maganda siguro kung may muscles ako. Kaya nagsimula akong mag-workout o mag-ehersisyo. Nag-aaral ako ng tamang programs at sapat na pagkain na nararapat para sa aking body goal. Mula doon, unti-unti ko nakikita ang malaking pagbabago mula sa dating ako. Bukod sa nabago ko, ang hubog ng katawan ko, ay nagkaroon ako ng malaking self-confidence. Kaya naging aktibo ako sa pagsali sa mga male pageant competition. Sa ngayon, patuloy kong inaalagaan ang aking katawan sa ganitong klase ng pasasyan. May kasamang motivation. Gusto kong ibahagi ang advocacy na ito sa inyo na hindi lamang hubog ng katawan ang masasabi ko sa akin, kundi sa pagkakaroon ng determinasyon, integridad, at pagtupad sa plano para sa malaking pagbabago sa ating sarili tungo sa kabutihan. Kung kaya ko, kaya kita. You have to believe in yourself, you can do it. Okay? Ako po si Ron Carl Malolos, ang kakatawan sa lungsod ng Quezon Province.
bakla, tomboy, salot,
Bisexual. Bading.
kababae mong tao,
Kababae mong tao, mag-e-engineer
bakit
ka?
ka umiyak?
Ayos ka nga dyan.
Lalaki ka, di ba?
Huwag ka nagwawalis dyan, pre. Huwag ka mag-iyak.
Babae ka, di ba?
Today, we are facing gender inequalities. Many people are being abused and treated so unfair because of lack of knowledge about the concept of gender equality. I believe if gender equality is observed, no one will be deprived from our rights to grow and develop personally and professionally. Everyone deserves to have an equal rights and opportunity in this life, regardless of sex, gender, preference, and orientation. For all of us have rights to be respected and recognized. Stop violence, stop discriminations, and stop stereotypes because we are all humans.
Hello everyone, my name is Ezekiel Lashon, your Man to Philippines candidate, and I'm here to represent Cebu's coffee capital and the spring of hope, Tuburan, Cebu. Illegal drugs is one of the major problems that our country has been facing not just today, but for several years now. So many families have been shattered and are greatly affected as a result of the rampant proliferation of illegal drugs in our society. I choose this advocacy because this is very much close to my heart, and I have witnessed firsthand with two of my family members who are addicted to illegal drugs. And it really hurt and greatly affected the relationship we have in my family. It always breaks my heart every time I see parents suffering because their child is addicted to illegal drugs. I remember imploring and begging my brothers to give up their vices because I couldn't handle seeing my mother in such anguish due to their addiction. This not only happened in my family, but to my friend's family as well. This has given me the strength and courage to be more passionate about fighting for and teaching people about drug prevention. Because of drug addiction, many young people have lost their lives and have been unable to achieve their goals. As an advocate of drug-free environment, my goal is to become a voice that can educate, motivate, and campaign for the young people to be aware of the detrimental consequences of drugs and how it can ruin their future. While there is no way or guaranteed way to prevent someone from abusing drugs and alcohol, there are things that everyone can do to prevent substance abuse. Here are the top 5 ways to prevent substance abuse. First, understand how substance abuse develops. Substance abuse starts by using addictive drugs. It can be illicit or prescribed for recreational purposes. Number 2, avoid temptation and peer pressure. Develop healthy friendships and a relationship by avoiding friends or family members who pressure you to use illegal drugs. It's often said we become most like those who surround ourselves by. Meaning, if you surround yourself with people who abuse drugs and alcohol, you are more likely to as well. Peer pressure is a major part of life for teens and adults. If you are looking to stay drug-free, develop a good way to just say no. Prepare a good excuse or plan ahead of time to keep from giving into peer pressure. Thirdly, seek help for mental illness. Mental illness and substance abuse often go hand in hand. If you're dealing with mental illness such as anxiety, depression, or PTSD, you should seek professional help from a licensed therapist or counselor. A professional will provide you with healthy coping skills to alleviate your symptoms without turning into drugs and alcohol. Fourth, examine the risk factors. Look at your family history of mental illness and addiction. Several studies have shown that this disease tends to run in the family but can be prevented. The more you are aware of your biological, environmental, and physical risk factors, the more you are likely to overcome them. And last but not the least, keep a well-balanced life. People often turn to drugs when something in their life is missing or not working. Practicing stress management skills can help you overcome these life stressors and will help you live a balanced and healthy life. Develop goals and dreams for your future. These will help you focus on what you want and help you realize that drugs and alcohol will simply get in the way and hinder you from achieving your goals. Share these tips for avoiding and preventing substance abuse with your family and friends and help promote a healthier lifestyle free from addiction. I will do everything in my power to support individuals recovering from drug addiction. Everyone, including drug addicts, can change their lives and start a new beginning to be a better individual. I believe that you can still enjoy your teenage life without resorting to use of any illegal drugs. I think people should know the difference between enjoying their youth and destroying their future, and for them to not rely their happiness on the use of illegal drugs. And by that, people should be educated sufficiently and be informed on the effects of illegal drugs. But today, since God has given me this opportunity, I will seize it and use my voice to empower the youth and work together tirelessly to combat drug abuse. Because for me, unity is the key to achieving great things. And I believe that a drug-free environment is one that is both healthy and safe. Again, this is Ezekiel Lacion, your man of the Philippines, representing Tuburan, Cebu.